And I remember, like, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but like, I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside.
I saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
It's hard to believe that one of Hollywood's most beloved figures, Will Smith, is now being linked to an increasingly controversial figure, P. Diddy. With new images surfacing that show Will attending some of Diddy's notorious parties, people are starting to ask questions. How deep does this connection go? And what secrets have been hidden behind the scenes of the glitzy events that both of these men have been known to attend? Is there more to this story than just two celebrities mingling at high-profile gatherings? Or could it be that there's a darker layer to this friendship that Will Smith has tried to keep away from the public eye?
Controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
So let's rewind a bit and dive into the relationship between Will Smith and Diddy. These two stars have been crossing paths in the entertainment industry for decades, and it's no surprise that they've been spotted together on multiple occasions. Will Smith, the all-American actor known for his charm and family-friendly image, and Diddy, the flashy, larger-than-life mogul of the music world, seem like an odd pairing, but when you look closely, it's clear they've shared the same high-profile circles for years. It wasn't unusual to see them together at Hollywood parties, music industry events, or even collaborating on various projects.
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
Their connection goes back to the early 2000s, a time when both men were at the peak of their fame. Will was starring in blockbuster films like Men in Black and Ali, while Diddy was dominating the music charts and growing his empire. They were both respected for their talent and ambition, and their friendship seemed to make sense from an industry standpoint. Publicly, it all seemed innocent, a typical celebrity friendship between two powerful figures in entertainment.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
However, the resurfacing of recent images showing Will Smith attending one of Diddy's infamous parties has raised eyebrows. Diddy's parties have been the subject of rumors for years, with tales of excess and questionable behavior following them like a shadow. And now, with Diddy facing multiple allegations, the question arises, why was Will Smith there? More importantly, what was going on behind the scenes that might explain why Will would keep this connection under wraps?
That clearly there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
For years, Will Smith's public image has been squeaky clean, with his focus always seemingly on his career, family, and personal growth. But when you add Diddy to the equation, the cracks in that image begin to show. There have always been whispers about Diddy's wild lifestyle and his parties that catered to the rich and famous, where anything and everything seemed to be allowed. So naturally, people are now wondering if Will got caught up in that world, and if so, what that might mean for his reputation moving forward.
Complete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout.
Now let's pivot to Will's personal life, particularly his marriage to Jada Pinkett Smith, which has always been a subject of intrigue. So and Jada have never been shy about admitting that their marriage is far from traditional, but their openness about their relationship has only fueled more rumors. One of the most explosive revelations came in 2020 during Jada's Red Table Talk, where she admitted to what she famously called an entanglement with singer August Alsina. So this revelation sent shockwaves through the public, with many questioning the stability of the Smiths' marriage.
I got into a different kind of entanglement.
At that time, both Will and Jada insisted that they were working through their issues and still committed to each other. But recent developments have cast a new light on their relationship. Jada's recent interviews, including her bombshell revelation that she and Will have been living separate lives since 2016, suggest that there's even more to their story than the public has been told. Jada described their relationship as complex, full of ups and downs, and far from the fairy tale that fans once believed it to be.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
The fact that Will has been attending Diddy's parties during this period of separation raises even more questions. Could Will's connection to Diddy have anything to do with the troubles in his marriage? Some speculate that Diddy's world, filled with temptations and excess, may have played a role in the Smiths' relationship struggles. After all, navigating a high-profile marriage in Hollywood is no easy feat, and Will and Jada have always been candid about the challenges they've faced. But could Will's involvement in Diddy's controversial lifestyle be one of the reasons their marriage has been under so much strain?
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes.
It's worth noting that Will's attendance at these parties isn't just a one-off event. There are reports that he has been seen at several of Diddy's gatherings over the years, even bringing his son, Jaden Smith, to some of them. While this could simply be a case of celebrity networking, the fact that these events have been linked to some dark allegations casts doubt on the nature of Will's participation. Was he just another famous face in the crowd, or was there something more going on behind the scenes?
Well, either way, if you got to run to a private island because your evil doings is doing so much and they storming your house, it's one of these.
What makes this story even more compelling is the persistent rumor that Diddy has compromising material on Will Smith. According to some sources, Diddy's parties were often filmed with hidden cameras allegedly capturing the activities of high-profile guests. There have been suggestions that this footage was used as leverage against certain individuals, keeping them silent or ensuring their loyalty. While there's no hard evidence to support this claim, the mere possibility of such blackmail has been enough to keep the rumor mill churning.
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, In fact, former associates of Diddy have hinted at the existence of such material, although no one has come forward with concrete proof. Could this be why Will has remained silent about his connection to Diddy, even as the allegations against the music mogul continue to pile up? If Diddy does possess incriminating footage, it would explain why someone as high profile as Will Smith has stayed quiet and why he has yet to address the rumors head-on. After all, the last thing Will would want is for something damaging to surface, especially with his reputation and family life already under intense public scrutiny.
Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
So the rumors of blackmail aren't just isolated to Will Smith either. Diddy has long been rumored to have a hold over other celebrities who have attended his parties. So this web of secrets and hidden truths has led to widespread speculation about the true nature of Diddy's power in Hollywood. Some even suggest that the reason Diddy has remained relatively untouchable for so long is because of the dirt he has on some of the most influential people in the industry. Will Smith's name just happens to be the latest to come up in this conversation, but who knows how many other celebrities might be caught in this web.
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
What adds another layer of complexity to this story is Will's silence. Despite the mounting questions, Will has largely avoided addressing his connection to Diddy, even as more details come to light. This silence has only fueled speculation, with fans and critics alike wondering why he hasn't spoken up. In Hollywood, silence can often speak louder than words, and Will's reluctance to clear the air has left many wondering what he might be hiding.
And Shakur dancing to the 1988 Grammy-winning song Parents Just Don't Understand, performed by her husband.
So of course, this isn't the first time Will has found himself at the center of controversy. Who can forget the infamous Oscars slap incident, where Will shocked the world by slapping comedian Chris Rock on stage? That moment was a turning point for Will, as it shattered his previously untouchable image and raised questions about his state of mind. Some have even drawn connections between that incident and the pressures Will has been facing in his personal life, suggesting that there may be more going on beneath the surface than anyone realizes.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever.
It's possible that Will's connection to Diddy and the secrets that may be lurking in the background have contributed to the stress he's been under. After all, it's not easy maintaining a public image while navigating personal turmoil and potentially being entangled in a web of Hollywood secrets. The fact that Will has chosen to stay silent about his attendance at Diddy's parties only adds to the intrigue, leaving fans to wonder what else might come to light in the coming months. At this point, it's anyone's guess what the full story is. Will Smith's relationship with Diddy remains shrouded in mystery, with more questions than answers. But one thing is clear, the longer Will stays silent, the more speculation will continue to grow. Could it be that Will is trying to protect his family and reputation? Or is there something much deeper that he doesn't want the world to know? As the public waits for more information, one can't help but wonder if this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the secrets Hollywood's biggest stars are hiding.
Now, so what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
As we move forward in this conversation, it's important to look at the bigger picture. And Will Smith may be the latest celebrity linked to Diddy's controversial world, but he's far from the only one. In fact, Diddy's parties have been attended by some of the most famous faces in entertainment, and many of them have their own stories to tell or to hide. And this brings us to the next chapter of our discussion, the other celebrities who have been caught up in the whirlwind of Diddy's notorious parties.
We met at Baltimore School of the Arts. It was the first day, and he came over to me and introduced himself.
When it comes to the world of celebrity parties, few are as infamous as those thrown by Diddy. So we've already explored Will Smith's unexpected connection to Diddy's parties, but he's certainly not alone. Hollywood has been buzzing with whispers about these gatherings for years. As more stories emerge, it's clear that Diddy's guest list is packed with familiar faces. From Usher to Ashton Kutcher and even 50 Cent, it seems that many of Tinseltown's biggest names have attended these lavish, often over-the-top events. But what really goes on behind those closed doors? And what impact could this exposure have on the careers of these high-profile stars?
Of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers.
Let's start by setting the scene for Diddy's notorious parties, sometimes dubbed freak-offs by those in the know. They're renowned for being extravagant and unpredictable. Imagine a place where Hollywood's A-listers, music moguls, and athletes all converge, eager to let loose without fear of judgment. For many attendees, it's a chance to escape the constant public eye. But while some have come to dance, network, and have a good time, others may have found themselves in situations that were more than they bargained for. One name that has come up frequently in conversations about Diddy's parties is Ashton Kutcher. He's not someone you'd expect to find at events like these, especially given his current family-focused image with wife Mila Kunis. But back in the day, Ashton was known for his wild antics and party lifestyle. Ashton once hinted at Diddy's party's unique atmosphere, describing them as next level in interviews. Although he never gave away too much, his vague comments left enough room for speculation. It's no secret that he used to attend these gatherings, and while he's never outright condemned them, it's clear he's distanced himself over the years.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
Now consider Usher, who has his own story of connection to Diddy that dates back to when he was just a teenager. Usher's been open about his time living with Diddy as a young artist on the rise. During this period, Usher often found himself in adult environments, attending Diddy's parties and witnessing things he would later say no teenager should experience. When asked about it later in life, Usher didn't hold back. He said that he'd never let his own children go through what he did. That's a pretty strong statement, suggesting that these parties left a lasting impression on him, and perhaps not a positive one. Usher's reflections indicate that these gatherings were far from ordinary and that they might have crossed some lines that made him uncomfortable.
Notes. Not only should he have apologized to Kathy in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied to.
Yeah.
Then there's 50 Cent, known for his bold, sometimes brash personality. He's not afraid to speak his mind, and he's certainly had some things to say about Diddy and his parties. And while 50 Cent has never explicitly described what he saw at these events, he has dropped hints that suggest he felt out of place there. In one interview, he recounted an interaction with Diddy that made him uneasy, and he's even said that Diddy's behavior sometimes crossed the line in ways that didn't sit well with him. He joked about how Diddy would make strange comments, ones that made 50 Cent think twice about attending these gatherings. Although he might laugh it off, it's evident that 50 Cent felt there was something off about the whole experience.
If the government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being, they have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
These stories from celebrities add layers to our understanding of what Diddy's parties might be like. When so many well-known figures hint at the uncomfortable, it becomes hard to dismiss the rumors as mere gossip. But there's even more to it than that. There have been suggestions that some of these events involved hidden cameras, allegedly recording guests without their knowledge. While it might sound like the stuff of a thriller, this rumor has surfaced again and again, with some former associates of Diddy claiming that this footage was used as leverage. If these claims are true, it raises some serious questions about what attendees knew about these recordings and how they might have felt about them. For anyone, particularly a celebrity with a reputation to protect, the idea of being secretly filmed is more than just an invasion of privacy, it's a ticking time bomb. You have to wonder if the knowledge of...
There are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see.
These recordings is what's kept so many attendees like Ashton, Usher, and 50 Cent relatively quiet about their experiences at Diddy's parties. After all, if they speak out, they risk exposing themselves to the release of potentially embarrassing or compromising material. These aren't just isolated rumors either. As lawsuits and allegations have started piling up against Diddy, more and more people are coming forward to share their experiences. There's been talk of extreme excess, with some describing Diddy's events as almost surreal in their indulgence. The word on the street is that these parties weren't just about dancing and mingling, they were about pushing boundaries and testing limits. It's no wonder that some celebrities who attended have chosen to distance themselves from this scene, even if it meant remaining silent for years.
And Will Smith, you told me before that you was at a party before that they attended, and you said the party was weird?
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird. That whole Yeah, that's weird, dude.
But if you think Diddy's guest list was limited to musicians and actors, think again. Over the years, it's been reported that athletes, politicians, and even business moguls have been seen at his gatherings. Each of these high-profile individuals likely had their own reasons for attending, but the sheer diversity of his guest list speaks volumes about the influence Diddy had in Hollywood and beyond. When you can bring together such a wide range of people, it's clear that you hold some serious sway. And with that kind of power comes the potential to impact a lot of lives, for better or worse.
Okay.
But with all of this swirling around, it's hard not to draw comparisons to other high-profile figures who were eventually brought down by their excesses. As some have even suggested that Diddy could be the next big name to fall from grace in a spectacular way, much like certain other well-known personalities who enjoyed seemingly untouchable status until they didn't. So the question on everyone's mind is, who else might be implicated as this story continues to unfold?
I brought this subject up because there's a couple of things that really bother me here.
Let's also not forget the recent allegations of blackmail that have been leveled against Diddy. So it's been rumored that he's held onto some pretty damaging information about various celebrities, possibly even to keep them in line. Although these rumors remain unverified, they add another layer of intrigue to this unfolding story. But if Diddy did indeed use such tactics to maintain his influence, it would explain why so many stars have been reluctant to criticize him publicly. In recent months, several individuals have taken legal action against Diddy, with lawsuits alleging a variety of misconduct. While these cases are still making their way through the courts, they've already had a significant impact on his public image. More importantly, they've opened the door for others to come forward. Some of these lawsuits allege that Diddy's parties weren't just wild, but were environments where certain lines were crossed, creating lasting consequences for those involved. And now, as these cases gain traction, other former associates are beginning to speak up, sharing their own experiences, and in some cases, corroborating the rumors.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Islands.
For Diddy, the stakes couldn't be higher. Not only does he risk losing his standing in the internet world, but he also faces potential legal consequences if any of these allegations are proven true. And with each new piece of information that emerges, the possibility that he could face a serious reckoning becomes more and more likely. Hollywood has seen many stars fall from grace, but the extent of Diddy's influence and the number of high-profile individuals caught up in his orbit suggests that the impact of this story could be far-reaching. As the public watches this drama unfold, it's impossible to ignore the broader implications. With the entertainment industry still grappling with the aftermath of the Me Too movement, the allegations against Diddy bring up uncomfortable questions about power, privilege, and the way certain individuals are able to operate above the law. If Diddy does face a downfall, it could signal a shift in how Hollywood deals with these kinds of scandals. No longer content to look the other way, fans and the media alike are holding celebrities to account in ways that were once unimaginable.
I had clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been in.
So where does this leave Will Smith and others like him who have been linked to Diddy's gatherings? For some, the revelations about Diddy's parties may come as a wake-up call, prompting them to reevaluate their own choices and associations. Others may find themselves drawn into the spotlight as the media and public dig deeper into who attended these events and what went on behind closed doors. In the case of Will Smith, his connection to Diddy could complicate his carefully managed public image, especially if more details about these parties come to light. But let's not forget that Diddy isn't the only one with secrets. Hollywood is a town built on relationships, and sometimes those relationships come with strings attached. As more people come forward and share their stories, we may learn that Diddy's parties were just the tip of the iceberg. The web of connections in Hollywood is vast, and as this story unfolds, we may find that it leads to places and people no one ever expected.
The evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles, and the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named.
As for Diddy, he remains a powerful figure with significant resources at his disposal. While his reputation has taken a hit, he's not one to back down easily. It's likely that he'll fight these allegations every step of the way, using whatever means necessary to protect himself and his empire. But even if he manages to escape legal consequences, the damage to his legacy may be impossible to repair. Once a beloved figure in the music world, he now finds himself at the center of a scandal that could define his career for years to come. So in the end, only time will tell how the story plays out. But one thing is certain, Hollywood is watching closely, and so are the fans. With each new revelation, the pressure mounts, and the chances of Diddy and perhaps others facing a major reckoning grow stronger. The public wants answers, and they're not likely to let this one go anytime soon. For those caught up in Diddy's world, the days of secrecy and silence may be coming to an end, And that brings us back to the question of what really happened at those parties. And will we ever know the full truth? Or will Diddy, with his connections and influence, manage to keep certain details hidden forever? As more information comes to light, it's clear that this story is far from over. So whether it's Will Smith, Usher, Ashton Kutcher, or countless others, the full extent of their involvement and the choices they made along the way may be revealed in the days and weeks to come. For now, the world can only watch and wait as the secrets of Diddy's parties slowly unravel. With the stakes this high, there's no telling where this story will go next. But one thing's for sure, Hollywood will never be the same. So what do you think? Could these parties be hiding even more secrets about Hollywood's elite? And with all the rumors swirling around, is it possible that we're just scratching the surface of this story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates.